LCP, introduced in 2008. LCP stands for Lightweight Compact Pistol. These have been very popular with concealed carry holders for a number of reasons. There are a number of different these micro compact 380 pistols out on the market, and so there's a lot to decide from. This happens to be just one of the ones I've really wanted for a long time. I've shot a number of them. I have a lot of friends that have them, and one of the things that I really love about the small pistol is that it is so easy to conceal. It's lightweight, it's super thin, and really the price is pretty reasonable. Under $300 you can typically find a good LCP. This one has the stainless steel slide. Typically they have the blued slide, but they do make a number of different versions of this, especially for distributor exclusives. A lot of times you'll find camo frames or olive drab or even lavender and pink. All kind of different to fit whatever need or whatever your preference is. And so there's just a lot of different ones out there. Now the big thing is, I did a review on this about 5 years ago on the original LCP. There has been no announcement to the upgrades that were made to this pistol in 2013. And one of the big problems with the original was the trigger pull. It was atrocious, to say the least. And Ruger has upgraded the trigger pull and the sights and some other things. And so we're going to take a good look at the Ruger LCP, some of the reasons why I think that it's a great choice for concealed carry, or, and what I like to do, is a small backup or summer carry. Now we're going to safety check the pistol, and first of course drop the magazine, and the gun is unloaded. It does have one steel 6-round magazine that comes with the pistol. That helps keep the price down. Of course, immediately I went out and bought 2 magazines. I'll probably buy a couple of more. I like to have extra magazines for my pistols. These are Ruger made, Ruger factory magazines. You can get, I think Pro Mag makes some, and there may be some others. One of the great things though about the LCP, because it is so popular, is there are a lot of different options for this pistol. There are even triggers that you can replace. There are a lot of springs. A lot of things to really make this much more pleasurable to shoot. One thing in particular about this gun is the grip. It's a very small grip, and I'm going to show you. Really, even though my hands are medium size, I can still only get 2 fingers around the grip. Now a lot of people, when you handle a gun, that really, just having your pinky off into the air just kind of makes you a little uncomfortable. But really, to be honest with you, I have a number of guns that I can't quite get a full grip on, and I still shoot them very well. Really, the pinky is just a little bit of a support, and it hangs off, but it really doesn't do a lot for the grip of the pistol. Now, before we get into a lot of the details of the gun, I do want to address the 2013 upgrades. First off, to identify your pistol, if it is an upgraded version or not, is in the serial number. If there is a dash, it'll be 3 numbers and a dash. That designates pre-2013 serial numbers. If you have numbers all the way across, that designates the 2013 modifications. That's just an easy way to tell. Another real easy way to tell are the sights. The sights are raised up. They're a lot better than the original version. They were so low to the frame and to the slide. One thing that's very noticeable on the pre-2013 is there is a cut right here before the back sight. And with this, you can see, even though these are made to be very low profile, which you need with this type gun, keeps it from snagging, keeps it really low, these are still much better than the original sights. Also, you'll notice right here the hammer is set back somewhat. In the original version, the hammer was actually recessed down into the groove. This actually lessens the trigger pull. Now, that is one of the big upgrades, and to me, that is one of the most important advances with this pistol, is the trigger. The trigger is a lot smoother, it's a lot less trigger pull, and very easy to maintain on your target. With the other sight, it was kind of hard to pull. It really interfered with your sights by pulling the trigger. And so they've lessened that, they've made this a lot better. There are a lot of aftermarket triggers available though for the LCP, and that's one of the great things about having a gun that is very popular, because a lot of companies start making accessories for those guns. Now, one upgrade over the original design is a steel magazine release. And I know originally they were polymer, and I'm not really sure when they upgraded that to the steel, but it definitely is a big improvement. And, you know, it just really makes a lot more solid contact. The magazine release has also been recessed into the grip, and that really helps also with inadvertently hitting that. So I really like this recessed area. Now the weight is 9.6 ounces unloaded with the magazine, which is fantastic. You don't even know that you have it in your pocket. It's so lightweight. With the magazine fully loaded, it's 11.7 ounces, and I weighed it on the scale. That's still very lightweight. The size itself is 5 1/4 inches in length. It's 3.5 inches in height. The width is 0.82 inches, just over 3/4 of an inch in width. And that is fantastic. It rides really close to the body or in your pocket. It just really is a flat pistol. The barrel is 2 3/4 inches in length. Now the frame on the LCP is a glass-filled nylon, which really allows this to be very smooth. It's just a very well-machined piece. A lot of times with polymer, you get a little bit of softness. And I'm not talking about the strength of the polymer, but I guess with the surface. And with this, it's very crisp, very clean, very rounded off. One of the things to me that's very appealing about the LCP is the curves and how round it is and smooth. To me, that is what makes it an excellent pocket pistol. No snag points. The slide itself even has been beveled here at the edge. Back here, very well rounded off. And even the sights, though they've been increased, are still very rounded off, very minimal. But yet, you still have a good sight picture. The finish on the slide has been very well executed. It's a brushed stainless with nice serrations. The serrations are great, able to really get a hold of it and to be able to pull that back. And one of the things you're going to notice, though, when you pull the slide back is that even with the magazine inserted, it's not going to hold back. This does not have a last round hold open capability with the magazine. But what it does have is a little slide lock right here. It's a little serrated little button, and you just push it up and it locks the slide into place. And that's for inspection, checking it, cleaning, and the different things you might want to do. Now, to release the slide, you can release it right here with the button, or you can just rack the slide and pull it back. The texturing on the side panels, it's nice. It's not super aggressive. Has a really nice Ruger logo right here with the Phoenix. One of the things, though, that you're going to have is this is not going to be your gripping surface. Really, the rear back here has serrations right here. It's a small little pad. And then up front, you have lines that go across. One of the things, though, that a lot of people have a problem with is that you only have 2 fingers right here. I mean, you can barely get your pinky on that little edge if you really try, but, you know, to be honest with you, I have a lot of guns that are, you know, small, micro size, and, you know, at first it feels uncomfortable. You don't feel like you really have a good hold on the pistol. But really, sincerely, you don't need, the pinky is just a support pinky. I mean, it's a support finger. You don't really need it to maintain good accuracy. And once you learn to shoot that way, really it does hang off the bottom and it feels a little unorthodox, but gripping from here to here is where you need to grip. Now there's no getting around it. The LCP is snappy. The recoil is snappy. The big thing is to know to grip the front to back on your grip, not side. You're just not going to get that much. And really 2 fingers is about all you're going to get. I mean, that's pretty much what you have. There's some extensions you can get, but then you start to lose the concealability of this pistol. And so I recommend definitely just mastering that. You know, physics is physics, it's just what it is, but these can be mastered, and they should be mastered if you're going to carry this as concealed carry, as a defensive weapon. You can see at the end of the grip here, it does come out a little bit, and this gives you a little bit more meat and matches in with the base plate of the magazine. Here you do have a small lip. It comes that way with the small lip extension. Ruger does offer a 7-round magazine, this factory. You can get extended Pierce base plates that'll actually give you an extra round and actually come down and give you more right here in your hand. If you just can't get over not having that pinky supported, they do make the extra base plate. To me, you know, it starts to lose the whole purpose of making it a really small pistol. But it's still thin, still small, even with the extended base plate. You can get 10 and 15 round magazines for this, and those are aftermarket mags. And of course, you know, you can go online and find different sources for that. They do make different grips. One of the things that's really cool is the hoe grip that actually, it makes this a little bit larger, makes it really nice. That's for shooting. Now to me, again, you're starting to get away from what this gun was designed for. I'm going to put on some Talon grips on this pistol once I start doing some upgrades. Now, even though this gun is not my primary backup, I do carry my Glock 26 as my primary, or my Glock 27. I do switch it around a good bit, but this is going to be my backup or a summer carry or lightweight carry. There are times where I just need a smaller pistol. Maybe the way I'm dressed, maybe the situation that I'm in, I really want something really small, really lightweight. But I will be doing a video coming up on some of the additions that I'm going to do to this pistol. I will probably do some changes with the spring kits in it and some things like that, with the different magazines, extra base plates, with the grip. And when I do that, I'm going to show you my results, and you know, it may give you some ideas if you have an LCP. Now, as far as trigger pull, that's one of the things that Ruger has improved, and we're going to look at that. I want to make sure the gun is clear. It is a double action trigger pull, and at first you're going to get a little bit of take up right here. That's just a little bit of free play. Then you bring it back. It's about a 7-pound pull. Very smooth, very definite. Let's try it again. A little bit of free play. Again, about a 7-pound pull. Pretty crisp. Now, one of the things that I really need to address is the reset. And you're going to hear as we release a click. That is not reset. In fact, if you try to pull the trigger, you're not going to get anything. It's going to be locked down. There's a second click. You've got to get to the second click on the reset, and then you can fire the pistol. That's one of the things that I had to do at the range. I was pulling the trigger a couple of times. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate it right here with showing you at the range how, if you don't fully release the trigger, you're not going to reset the pistol. The upgraded sights make a huge difference. The original sights were so close to this frame, it was very difficult to get decent accuracy. I was shooting this at 15 yards and still getting fairly decent accuracy. You could see the sights that well. I know on the custom model the sights are raised up. Of course, that's a possibility of snagging. Personally, I like it to be low. You know, really the old saying is 3 feet, 3 shots, 3 seconds. So really, you've got double that right here. Now, disassembly of the LCP is pretty simple. Release your magazine, double check to make sure that the gun is unloaded. Right here you're going to notice a small little takedown pin. You only need to bring the slide back about 1/8 of an inch. You can bring it all the way back and engage your slide stop. But you take a small flat screwdriver, being careful not to mar your slide, and then you pull the pin right out. Slide comes off. You have your recoil springs, which there are 2 double recoil springs, and then you have a steel guide rod. I think the originals may have been polymer. I know the custom LCP has an aluminum guide rod, which I think helps with weight. You have your Browning linkless barrel design, and it has a kind of a bevel here. I think that meets up with the slide a little better to help with accuracy. And that's pretty much all to field strip the gun. It's very simple. To reassemble, go ahead and just slide your barrel in. Take your recoil spring with the flat end next to your barrel, and it just rests right on the second notch of the barrel. Put your slide on. Now, if you'll notice right here, there's a little spring right here, and that really retains your pin. So once you push it back just a little bit, go ahead and slide the pin over that, and then just push the pin down, and then it locks into place. Go ahead and double check to make sure the functions. And it does. Now here we have a lineup of self-defense calibers in semi-automatic pistols. Here's your 380. 32 ACP is really getting very weak. Had been popular in Europe for a number of years. The 380 is it's the smallest round that I really feel comfortable carrying. But some of the self-defense loads they make right now, it just really ups it, even for the 32. Now you have your 9mm, your 40, 45 ACP, 10mm. The higher up you go, the more recoil you're going to experience. With the 380, of course, you know, it's mild on recoil, but on a really small frame pistol, you're still going to have the recoil. Again, it's just physics. And the 380 ACP really kind of runs close with the 38 Special. And you can see it's a lot larger caliber. 38 Special has been around for a long time. But this is really about the same ballistics, pretty close, that you're going to get. There were 0 malfunctions, 0 reliability issues. Every round that I put in the gun fired without any trouble. And I used a number of different type ammunition. Used a lot of HPR full metal jacket, HPR jacketed hollow points, Winchester, even used silver tips, Winchester silver tips. And it just fed flawlessly all 3 magazines, no problem. One of the things I really like to do is to treat my really small pistols with frog lube. It just seems when nothing else works. I had a little J22 Jennings. Those things are notorious for malfunctions. And once I treated it with frog lube, I had 0 malfunctions, even in that little piece of junk, is what it really is. It's just pot metal. And you know, the thing is, I was really surprised. I've really had good experience with frog lube, especially though with the small pistols. This pistol is fairly accurate. Now, this is not a long-range distance pistol. In fact, really, you know, 15 yards is probably about as much as you want to try to really be accurate. I was shooting at 7 yards and got a couple of decent groups out of that. But even for the small size, this does pretty good. First couple of rounds a little high, but everything else pretty much just centered right here in this one spot. Here we have the Glock 26 and 9mm. This has been my standard subcompact pistol that I've been carrying for a good while. You know, it's a small pistol, but compared to the LCP, it's pretty large actually, and especially in width. Right here you can get a really good look at the difference. And while this again is a subcompact pistol, the Ruger LCP is micro. And that really helps with concealability. It helps because it weighs so much less, and there are just a lot of different options. I would highly recommend though that you not just slip this in your pocket without some sort of holster. I think that having a small little pocket holster works very nice, and there are a lot of different type holsters that you can get for it. Okay, here are a couple of options that I really plan to use, and this is from JacksonLeatherwork.com. John Jackson's an incredible craftsman when it comes to leather. Here we have the Cayman, or the small alligator, exotic leather. He does a lot of different type leathers. This is the pocket holster. It fits very well into my pocket. The great thing about this particular pocket holster is a lot of times you don't get a full firing grip with a pocket holster. With this particular holster, I can get a full firing grip. So when I pull the gun out of the holster, I am in my firing position. I don't have to adjust my grip. And that's really important. Also, I have a small mag carrier right here for an extra magazine. And that makes it nice as well. Especially if you're only carrying 6 rounds, and especially if you only have this gun as the only means of self-defense. Here I have a small little holster with a clip. This actually goes on the outside of the waistband. Fits very nicely. Again, I have a full firing grip on the pistol. So once I draw it, I'm pretty much ready to fire. Always keeping my finger outside the trigger until I'm on target, and that's really important. We'll be looking a little bit more at these holster setups coming up, but I just wanted to show them to give you an idea of what I'm possibly going to do. One really cool option is the Techniclip, and this actually fits right onto your pistol, and because of the trigger pull, you don't have to worry about it inadvertently pulling the trigger when you're sliding it down in between your belt. And this is something that I'm getting ready to review coming up right away. But this makes a really nice option as well, makes it really minimal. Another really neat upgrade is that Ruger does offer this pistol with a laser already attached, or you can get Crimson Trace lasers to put on. There's a lot of different options. It's according to who likes them. I'm personally not a big fan of lasers. I think they're cool and they definitely can help, but I just like, again, the very trim, slim version. They do make the Pro version of the LCP, and Ruger has a competitive trigger. It has actually high profile adjustable sights on it, and there's some other upgrades that are made to it. It's a pretty neat pistol, but it's starting to, again, to me, to get out of the realm of a really perfect concealed carry. Of course, really, the perfect concealed carry for you is something that you feel confident in and that you practice with, and if you have some needs, you know, you can add those to it. And everybody's different, body types, hand sizes, everything. And so really you need to do what suits you the best. Even the original Ruger LCP is an excellent concealed carry pistol. With the upgrades, it's really made a big difference and improved that. And what's really cool is that Ruger listened to a lot of the things that shooters were asking for, and they took care of it. And what's really cool is I'm looking forward to the next upgrade. A great little pistol, perfect, in my opinion, concealed carry pistol. The big thing you need to do is to master the handling of this gun and to take it out to the range and really learn to shoot it. And that's true with any concealed carry pistol. Take your guns out and shoot them, because you don't want to be training with your pistol in a dire situation. You'll already want to have that down. These are so easy to conceal. It's definitely worth taking the time to learn how to shoot this pistol. You know, there are times where larger pistols are going to be more difficult to carry. This one, it's just a perfect pocket pistol. The Ruger LCP, thumbs way up. Now you can also follow what we're doing on Facebook at Suits00 Fun Gun Reviews. I'll have a link down below. And also I just started an Instagram account, and I've been uploading different pictures and small little video clips on that as well, and a lot of little fun things that we're doing. So check those out. Instagram is SOOTCH_00. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. First thing we're going to do is double check. Okay. Now we're going to safety check the weapon. This is your mag. Now one thing you'll notice also, now right here you'll notice there's a small little, the Ruger LC9 and 380 ACP, thumbs up.